Good morning, this is Angel bringing you another video on my high desert garden, and this is gonna be a video tour for the month of October. Today's date is October 6th, 2020, and I wanted to make this video because it's probably gonna be one of my last videos that I'm gonna be showing you guys what still remains green around my yard. So I wanted to make this video. The colder days are coming. I just checked the forecast for the next week or so, and the temperature is gonna drop all the way to 48 Fahrenheit up here in the high desert, and a lot of these plants are probably not gonna make it, even though our first frost date is not until the second week of November. But still, I wanted to make this video because right now I still get lots of flowers, and wanted to really show you my yard for the month of October before a lot of these plants die from the cold. As you can see, my kale is really starting to take off all over the place. A lot of this kale will survive the cold winter. The red Russian kale, also the all kinds of different kale that I'm growing around the yard, they will survive the colder days, as well as the Swiss chard, the rainbow Swiss chard that I have scattered all over the yard. Also the dinosaur kale. And as you can see, look at these bugs. That little guy is having a feast on my dinosaur kale, but it's okay, it's all right. There's plenty to go around for everybody, so enjoy, little guy. Anyways, so this is the yellow Swiss chard, and I'm gonna see if I can go to if I go to the store today and get me some more plants. Actually, not plants, but seed, because I don't buy plants anymore. I start everything from seed. I'll see if I can get some onions and cabbage. That way I have more variety of plants in my yard. Let me show you what else I have on the other side of the yard. As you can see, part of my yard looks like it's barely the beginning of spring, and that is because I did heavy pruning on my roses, and I also removed lots of dead tomato plants the other day, and I added more plants, as I have shown you on previous videos. So you would think that this is the beginning of or the end of March, beginning of April, but it's not. It's actually the beginning of October. Colder days are coming, so a lot of these plants are gonna have to say goodbye for the season, and you're gonna start noticing lots of growth on cold hardy plants such as carrots, radishes, kale, cabbage, and all kinds of different crops that grow during the cold weather. And a lot of those flowers, they will eventually die from the cold October winds and November. The romaine lettuce is not an exception. As you can see, the romaine lettuce is really taking off. I've been eating lots of it. I've been making hamburgers, salads, What I do, rather than harvesting just the leaves, just the side leaves, what I do, I've been harvesting the whole plant. And that I do it because that's just a way to thin them out, because they were planted way too close together. So what I do anytime I want to use some lettuce for sandwiches or whatnot, I just pull out the whole plant, and that makes more room for the plants. That way they don't compete and they don't get overcrowded. That little seedling right there, you can always transplant it elsewhere, but in my case I just dispose it because I just have too much of it. That's another advice that I give all my followers, to always plant abundance. Plant in abundance, because you never know if you're gonna be running into difficulties, problems. So that way you're always gonna have backup plants, just in case some of them don't make it. Just an idea. This is the back part of my backyard. This is where I spend most of my of the time when I'm gardening. Not the front of the house or the raised bed where I just show you my lettuce, because that is my driveway. But this is where I come out here, grab a chair, and relax. This part here is where I have lots of plants that require extra attention from me, like my nasturtiums, some of my plants that are very delicate. This is where I have them, and it's just it's a lot more privacy on this side of the yard. It's not really exposed to anything, so this is where I hide out from everything, and this is where I meditate. So this is my favorite part of my yard. As you can see, there are some plants that are still thriving. A lot of these plants, like the celery, I know it's going to overwinter, and around February, March, it's going to go to flower, and it's going to produce seed for me. I don't need any more seed. I have plenty of celery seeds, so a lot of that is just going to become compost. This here is a volunteer banana pepper plant. I found some seedlings on the ground, actually on one of my pots. I decided to transplant these seedlings into this little tire raised bed, and I'm glad I did so. I was going to compost it, but I'm thinking, what the heck, I just brought it here, and I'm glad I did so. I want to show you that the nasturtiums, they reseed themselves. I just noticed a little tiny nasturtium seedling there is emerging from the ground. I don't know if it's gonna overwinter, but that gives me an idea that nasturtiums, they're just gonna be scattering seed all over my yard, and that's exactly what I want. I want to see lots of nasturtium plants all over my yard. More carrots in pots. More nasturtiums in pots. Isn't that a beautiful flower or what? If you guys grow nasturtiums, leave your comments in the comment sections. Tell me what your techniques are. I really thought it was going to be difficult for me to grow them out here in the high desert, but it really was not a challenge whatsoever. These guys, they stopped putting out flowers when we had the triple digits temperatures, but now that it's getting cooler, they're coming back. the Chipotle flowers are doing excellent, and for what I can see, I might be able to harvest seed from this Chipotle plant. I'm quite excited because as you guys know, for those who do know this plant, it's very hard to find the seed for the Chipotle. This is the very first time that I get to see the Chipotle flower. It's been almost 30 years since I left El Salvador, so this is the very first time, I will say, in 30 years that I see this flower again. Very, very sentimental. If you guys don't know this plant, I really recommend you guys to grow it. It's very, very super nutritious. You add it to your soups. Some people don't like the taste of the Chipotle leaf, and I don't blame them. It has a particular flavor to it, but if you add a couple of drops of lemon into your soup, it makes a huge difference. Very, very delicious when you add a couple of drops of lime or lemon to your soup. If you guys are wondering how my tomatoes are doing, well, let me tell you that these guys are still producing lots of tomatoes for me. I already removed the shade cloth that I had on this raised bed, because once September, October comes around, there is no need to have protection from the sun anymore, because the temperature it's very mild in October, so you can go ahead and start removing your shade cloth. And as you can see, these tomato vines are still producing lots of cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes are becoming my favorite tomato vines to grow. It's just because they just don't quit. Cherry tomatoes will produce all the way until the frost comes around, and then you can go ahead and remove the vines off the ground, or you can just leave them there to rot. You know, that's what I do. I just leave them on the ground, in the ground, for the roots to rot. That way they can become fertilized for next growing season. The month of October is ideal. Very ideal to start gathering all your dead plants, leaves, all the organic matter that is coming from your yard, and it's the time to start gathering all the leaves around the base of your shrubs, trees, plants, etc. As you can see, this nectarine tree already has lots of organic matter gathered at the base of the tree, and I've been saying it over and over, that will become black gold for this plant that will be fertilized for coming years. Okay guys, so I'm gonna be wrapping up this video saying thank you for subscribing to my channel and for always leaving those positive comments that keep me motivated to keep doing what I do, and also that keep me motivated to keep uploading content of this nature that benefits a lot home gardeners around the world. And this is what a lot of people are doing nowadays, trying to grow their own greens. And that is the best thing that we can do, especially now during these very harsh times that everybody is going through worldwide. This is something that we have to become accustomed to. Grow our own greens, no matter where you are. This is a very good way to show God our appreciation for all the things that He has given us. And yeah, I encourage everybody to just keep on growing your own greens. Always try to experiment. Don't tell anybody what or what you cannot grow, because all you can do is just try different methods, try different plants, like this one right here. Look at this. Who would have thought? A yellow Carolina Reaper. Man, those guys are so hot. I'm gonna wait until that yellow one ripens all the way so I can eat it. Maybe like one little tiny bite at a time, because I can't really handle them. So thank you guys for subscribing to my channel, and also don't forget to leave those likes if you like this content. Oh, look at this. That is exactly what I'm talking about. This is another nasturtium seedling that is coming up. I don't know if it's going to make it through the winter, but it is a good sign. So you know, the pot where I have the nasturtiums is way over there, right here, as you can see right there. And somehow that seed made it all the way here. I don't know. So I'm quite excited, because for what I see, I'm going to be seeing lots of those seedlings hopefully emerging the beginning of spring next year. As you can see, I still have tomatoes. Oops, I have tomatoes all over the place, and yes, they are still going to waste for the most part. But it's always nice to know that you can come out here anytime and just grab tomatoes, all kinds of different varieties, anytime you want, and you know for sure that they're gonna be fresh. And the ones that I don't eat, I guess they are just food for the living creatures that live within this bountiful backyard. So thank you guys for watching. Once again, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next garden update for the month of November. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. God bless. Take care now. Bye-bye.